Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about 20 incredible photographs showing nature's wrath. The world incurs a loss of $1 billion and 100,000 lives every year for natural disasters. For these natural disasters, we are directly or indirectly responsible. We are polluting the air, water, and everything of the environment. As a result, the world is getting warmer and the sea level is rising. These catastrophes will only increase and the amount of loss will increase too. These catastrophes are nothing but Mother Earth's wrath to mankind. Here are 20 unbelievable photographs showing the wrath of nature. Number 1. Brush Fires, California. The brush fires in California in 2009 is known as the 2009 California wildfire, which was active during the year 2009. The brush fire burned huge land and property. It may spread more than 422,147 kilometers and it caused $307.4 million in damage. And 4 firefighters were dead as well as non-fatal injuries were about 134. Number 2. Brush fires, Australia. Brush fires are a normal activity during the warmer months in Australia. But the brush fires in 2009 was the most dangerous and fatal brush fire in the history of Australia. The brush fires had burned huge acres of land. 173 people lost their lives and more than 500 were injured during the fierce brush fire. Number 3. Chichen volcano, Chile. The giant rat eruption was the first major explosive eruption in the history of volcanic, especially in Chile. The eruption of the volcanic produced pyroclastic flows which was raised up to 98,000 feet. Forest, agricultural land, inhabitants area near the volcano had been burned by pyroclastic flows, and besides burning, huge parts of southern Argentina and Chile had been covered with ash. Number 4. Eyes of Zallazokul volcano, Iceland. This is a cone-shaped small ice cap in South Iceland that covers a giant active volcano. On April 2010, a gigantic volcano's eruption occurred here, which was raised up to 5,466 feet. The eruption impacted on farming, effects on river and the villagers. By the volcanic ash, authority obliged to stop the international aircraft. Number 5. Underwater volcano, Tonga. The underwater volcano in Tonga is also known as Huanga Tonga Honga. The volcano is located about 30 kilometers southeast of Falcon Island. In 2009, on March 15, a submarine eruption near Honga. The eruption devastated Honga with covering it in black ash. However, the eruption was not caused because of being far away from the locality, but the volcanic eruption drew worldwide attention. Number 6. Flooding, United States. If you want, you may stop the wrath of a human being, but to stop the nature's wrath is impossible. It is a picture of flooding across the Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, and Illinois states of the United States. However, the gigantic flood destroyed many lands, property, and owned many people, including one death. Number 7. Flooding after a typhoon, Philippines. Typhoon Ketsana is also known in Philippines as the tropical storm Ondoy, which was the second most devastating typhoon in the Philippines history to hit the Manila on 13 September in 2009. Just 10 minutes, sustained storm destroyed the Manila. However, after the typhoon, a gigantic flood occurred across the Manila, which caused 789 deaths and damaged about net worth $6.3 billion. Number 8. Forest fire, Russia. It's a picture of a fierce forest devastating in Russia. In 2010, Russian wildfires started burning in mid-July and lasted until September 2010. The fire spread across the villages, farmland, woodland, and destroyed 2,000 of buildings. It burned approximately 740,000 acres of land, and about 56,000 people died from the effect of the exhaust fumes and the heat wave, according to the Russian healthcare system Munich Re. Number 9. ice storm Quebec. The North American and Quebec ice storm of 1998 is also known as the Great Ice Storm of 1998. It was a heavy mix-up of 5 smaller successive ice storms occurred in 1998. The horrible storm was responsible to late 35 fatalities and shut down the activities through the city, especially Quebec in Canada and New Zealand states. Number 10. Queensland floods, Australia. It is a symbolic picture of Queensland floods in 2010 to 2011. The giant disaster hit Queensland at the beginning of November 2010 and lasted till January 2011. It forced to evacuate the people from town and cities. By the flood, all but 2 lakh people were affected and damaged huge property, which was about $1 billion. 33 people were dead and 3 missing beside the huge loss. Number 11. Klishchevsky Volcano, Russia. This volcano is also known as Klishchevskaya Sopka, which was erupted on the top mountain on the Kamchatka Peninsula of Russia in 1994. The eruption of the Klishchevsky was so fiercely and huge that the smoke of it can see from the space. Number 12. MTST Helens Volcano Aftermath, Washington. MTST Helens volcano was situated 3,000 meters above the sea level in southern Washington. In 1980, the volcano erupted and smoke over the skies up to 1,000 feet. Number 13. Mount Merapi Volcano, Indonesia. The Mount Merapi volcano erupted from 26 October to November 13, 2010. It was a major eruption said by authorities. All but 353 victims died during the eruption because of pyroclastic flows. Borobudur, the world's largest Buddhist temple, was also affected by the eruption, and some of the international flights and national flights were suspended by the ash produced by the volcanic eruption. Number 14. Sandstorm over a refugee camp, Chad. A giant sandstorm came up with a big disaster to the refugees in Chad in 2009. The authority of the camp was forced to transfer them into a safe place because of the devastating sandstorm. Number 15. Dust storm, China. In 2010, a dust storm occurred across China which affected Yunnan, Guizhou, Zhuangzi, Sichuan, Shaanxi, and Henan. The storm has been referred to as the worst in the history of southern China. By the dust storm, all but 51 million people suffered from water shortages throughout the province. Number 16. Storm clouds, South Dakota. Nature is never controlled by the human being. Here is a picture of a cloud storm taken from South Dakota in 2009. Though it was not a devastating storm like another storm, such as cyclone, typhoon, etc., it was a threat to the human being. Number 17. Tornado, Iowa, United States. The strong tornado of 2008 was most frequently in the United States, Bangladesh, and eastern India. Only in Iowa in the United States, the total damages were all but $1.84 billion and fatalities were 126 only in the United States. Weather overall was 135 including 126 of USA. Number 18. Tornado, Kansas. Tornado Kansas 2009 was a series of tornado outbreaks which is also known as the March 2009 tornado outbreak sequence. The tornado affected a large area of the central, southern, and eastern United States. The duration of the gigantic tornado was 7 days. The total damage was estimated about $14.2 million and wounded 41. Number 19. Tsunami wave, Japan. In 2011, tsunami had occurred across the coastal area of Japan. The wave raised up to approximately 43 meters. The tsunami was the second disaster after the 9.0 to 9.1 magnitude earthquake. It was a horrible natural disaster in the history of Japan. The total casualties were 15,896 deaths and 6,157 wounded, and lastly, 2,537 were missing. And number 20. Water spout and volcano, Hawaii. It is a giant water spouts near Hawaii. The water spouts were so far off seashore, that's why no damage was caused. Though no damage was caused, it was an alarm for the human being. Thanks for watching everyone. Take care of yourself. Stay tuned to my channel and goodbye.